It's July again, and the Hollowell Steam Rally is in full swing. In the area where the steam engines park up, last-minute preparations are underway to get the engines looking their best before they parade en masse in the showground. This is a pastime that requires a great deal of skill, dedication, time, and a very deep pocket to partake in. This steam rally is now in its 18th year and was originally set up to provide funds for the local church restoration. In my own opinion, the show has become too large, with over 1,500 exhibitors, ranging from classic cars, dog and reptile shows, horse displays, and numerous stalls, a good proportion of them selling unrelated products, which takes away the original concept of a country fair. But who am I to criticise when more than 40,000 visitors descend on the show over the weekend? And they raise over £71,000 for 81 different charities and organisations. The showground is the centrepiece of the show, and a variety of events take place during the day, consisting of dog shows, majorette dancing, classic cars, etc. At the moment, the horse show is coming to an end, which is a pity because one rarely gets the chance to observe these animals in all their glory.
Thank you very much, Michael, for your specialised commentary there. They'll be back with you later on today, so thank you very much.
It is now the turn of the steam engines to put in an appearance on the showground. And on observing these wonderful examples of engineering from an age gone by, it makes one realise that the skills that were once commonplace will soon be lost forever, because very few young people learn the skills of past masters these days. Dedication is a word that springs to mind when one observes the work that goes into maintaining these engines in all their glory. A car powered by steam was a novel sight to observe. I wonder how the performance compares with the modern motor car. This one uses a combination of diesel and paraffin to produce the steam required. Ah, that's more the size, and a lot more economical, I guess. These types of events always attract the characters, so as well as marvelling at the engineering masterpieces, it is always interesting to observe the drivers and the public at large.
Road locomotives, but in this case, the agricultural general purpose engine. This type of engine, of course, used for haulage loads. On to number 2, James, that's one of number 18. Oh, right, yes.
Bringing up the rear of this display, there were a variety of military hardware, ranging from the lightweight tanks to the heavy recovery vans.
Interesting that the Jaguar engine Scorpion light tank The difference between a tank and a self... Hang on a minute. I'm getting confused here. Full of options off the business. Fitted with the Rolls-Royce B40 Porcelain petrol engine at the time when the Army were looking to standardise on the Rolls-Royce series of engine.
Very well organised show, with plenty of parking. Well worth a day out.
Children, if you have nervous parents.
Équipe hors-dessus, étiquette avec votre nom et le numéro de votre siège. Et en même temps, je vous rappelle encore une fois que les porte-bagages situés à l'extrémité des voitures sont réservés uniquement pour les grandes valises. Vous êtes donc prié de prendre vos bagages à main en voiture et de le placer au-dessous de vos sièges. Merci.
A weekend away, travelling via Eurostar first class to Paris is a wonderful experience. Throughout your journey you're wined and dined from a menu of well-presented airline-style meals, accompanied by plenty of wine, champagne and soft drinks, all part of the service. From Waterloo to Paris takes under 3 hours, and soon you are stepping off the train to begin your break. After arriving in our hotel, we took a walk and faced the evening Paris rush hour on our way to the Arc de Triomphe. In the distance, the Eiffel Tower can be seen, beaming out the searchlight beam from the top. This was our next port of call. €8 is the charge to take a lift to the top of the Eiffel Tower. You are firstly transported to a platform at the top of the legs of the tower, where a jolly good view of Paris can be obtained. Another lift takes you right to the top, and on our visit it was rather cold and windy on the top viewing platform. A refreshing drink finished off our first day, and we made plans for tomorrow. The metro has its fair share of buskers, but this group were carrying it to the extreme. Paris has some wonderful buildings, and the Louvre Museum is one of the most magnificent. It combines the modern with the old, and under this glass pyramid lies its centre point of access to all of the rooms. To see all of the exhibitions, it would take days. The variety is staggering. But one major work of art, the Mona Lisa, was rather unimpressive at first sight, although it attracted the most interest from the visitors. Leaving the Louvre Museum, we had a stroll by the Seine River before making plans for our next visit, which turned out to be the Sacré-Cœur Church and Montmartre. The church is set high on a hill overlooking Paris, for where panoramic views of the city can be seen. Montmartre is a place one must visit if one likes art. because it is here that the artists paint their pictures as the public look on, and they are available for sale. It is also a very vibrant area with bars, buskers and market stalls. Well worth a visit. To get to and fro from this area, you can either walk up the steps or catch the lift train. The Grand Arch of Defence was our next port of call. This area is full of futuristic buildings, so different from the rest of Paris. A wonderful view down to the Arc de Triomphe and beyond can be seen from this vantage point. The weather today was misty, but on a clear day it must be a magnificent view from the top of the arch, which you can visit. Moving on, we next strolled through the Park of the Statues, a fascinating place that runs from the Louvre Museum to the Champs-Élysées. Some exhibits are conventional, but there are also a good number that express individual ideas. I wonder why Betty has a smile on her face. Sunday morning activities: reading the newspaper, playing with the children, and resting
Told you we shouldn't have gone.
for the wheel.
It's past it. We should have brought a wheelchair. Well, we should have been. Bath chair. Yes, even more so. Have you got the rug? he's too old. Yes. Have you noticed the way he's walking, Leslie? He's got a limp. Yes.
I hope they weren't talking about me.
We didn't know.
Leaving the park, we find ourselves at the very busy junction of the Champs-Élysées, called the Square of the Concorde. Our visit to Paris will soon be over, and after visiting the shops, we observe the sights of Paris from the rooftop of one of the department store's restaurants. The attractive village of Great Brington in Northamptonshire is the home village of the Spencer family. A public house and an adjacent post office seem to be the only amenities that this village can offer to any visitors. At the edge of the village is the Church of St Mary's, which overlooks the beautiful rolling countryside of this part of Northamptonshire. It is in this church that generations of the Spencer family have worshipped, and in the corner of the church is the Spencer Chapel and Crypt, where Diana's father and ancestors from many centuries previously are laid to rest. A local conspiracy theory believes that this is also Diana's true resting place. At the rear of the church, a path leads one through a wicket gate to a tree-lined grass avenue that leads to Althorpe House. One can imagine generations of the Spencer family walking this path to and from the church. Modern day travellers use this road from Brington and park their cars in the provided car park. One enters the grounds of Althorpe, and to reach the house an electric shuttle bus is provided. It is a 15-minute walk to the house, but this gives one a chance to see the grounds and read the inscription on this recent monument, which informs one that an avenue of oak trees have been planted by her brother, the Earl Spencer, to remember Diana. Arriving at the house outbuildings, one finds a courtyard with refreshments available, and in the converted stable blocks that surround this area, the exhibition that portrays her life are housed. Moving through this area was a very emotional experience. Leaving the courtyard, one catches a first view of Althorpe House. This home contains one of Europe's finest private collections of furniture, pictures and ceramics. The result of it being the Spencer family residence for over 500 years. Moving to the rear of the house, one makes their way to the Oval Lake and Island, where Diana, Princess of Wales, is buried. At the far end of the lake, there is a small temple in Diana's memory. This is where people stand and reflect on her life and times, and place any tokens of affection they may have brought with them. Surrounding the lake, there are a number of bench seats. This gives one a chance to rest in what is a most tranquil and serene setting. Leaving the Oval Lake, one makes their way back to the house, past border gardens, which must look a treat in the early summer. A visit to Althorpe, the final resting place of Diana, Princess of Wales, can be a very moving experience. An air of tranquility and peacefulness abounds throughout the estate, and one is free to take their time to wonder at the sights of this magnificent house and grounds, as well as reflecting on the life and times of Diana. I am sure that the thousands of visitors who pass through these grounds each year consider this to be a true and tasteful memorial to a young lady who only had a brief time to touch our lives.